Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin the debate. With me in the studio, let me first welcome Pawan Kumar Verma, Member of Parliament of the JDU, who is joining us from a live link in Delhi. And with me in the studio is Raghav Chadha of the Aam Aadmi Party. Sabha Naqvi, political editor of The Outlook, is with us. We also have with us Ajay Kumar, Dr. Ajay Kumar, spokesperson, national spokesperson of the Congress Party, national spokesperson of the BJP, and political advisor to Home Minister Rajnath Singh is Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi is with us, and R. Rajagopalan, senior journalist. That completes our panel. My first question, and after this open debate, is to Raghav Chadha. Raghav Chadha, first of all, you were trying to climb on to the whole farmers issue by saying that you are on the side of farmers. We'll get into that later, how real it was or how how much you mean and how much you're making up. But I don't want to get into that. I just want to ask you, you've lost the plot. Because when a farmer commits suicide, and he says, I'm committing suicide because my crops were destroyed, I have 3 kids, give me a solution to go back home. Your leader, Ashutosh, sarcastically says that what do you expect Arvind Kejriwal to do? Climb the tree and help the farmer. I mean, you revealed yourself completely. You revealed yourself completely. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I have always had a feeling over the last few days, and I've said this to the audience on the Newshour over the last few days, don't believe these politicians. They are trying to milk the situation.
No. So, Mr.
And so is the Aam Aadmi Party. So, Raghav Chadha must first explain to us 3 things, 3 points tonight.
I will.
One, when he committed suicide, and when he was being taken, when you did not know whether he was dead or alive or whether he would survive, you went ahead with a political rally when a man either is dead or is struggling for his life. Question number 1. Question number two. This happened in full public view. All your leadership knew about it. Nobody did anything. In other words, the life of a farmer does not matter for the Aam Aadmi Party. Question number 3. After the farmer dies, your top leader Ashutosh says, what do you expect Arvind Kejriwal to do? Delhi ke Mukhyamantri. One second. No, let me summarize so at least the viewers get it. You may know and you may be prepared. But the fact is, this is the Aam Aadmi Party, which says it reflects the interests of the common man, which says Delhi ke Mukhyamantri. Such a big man. You expect him to climb the tree to help the farmer. I think you need to answer after that open debate.
So please give me at least the amount of time that you took in asking
I summarized the points tonight. You need to answer.
Number 1, it is an extremely unfortunate event that has happened. My heart goes out to the family, and I'm saying this with all responsibility that as an Indian, my head hangs in shame that a farmer has to come from Dausa, Rajasthan to New Delhi and commit suicide in order to make the political fraternity aware of the kind of plight of farmers and what crop failure and farmer debt has done.
And your political tamasha continues.
That's one. No, I'll
your political tamasha continues while the man dies, commits suicide in a political rally. Everyone is asking one question tonight. How does a farmer commit suicide in a political rally in the presence of political leaders? And Arvind Kejriwal continues with his speech. Answer my question.
बोलने दीजिए मुझे
one second. Tonight, don't give me long speeches. You've made enough today. Answer my question.
It was important to say this.
Answer my question.
Yes, I'm answering. I'm answering all your questions. You see, in a political rally, and we've seen this many a times at Jantar Mantar, that many people climb onto the tree to take a view of the speaker at the stage. We did not know that this person has gone up there in order to commit suicide. As soon as we gauge the situation that a person is attempting to commit suicide, we stopped the rally for 30 minutes. My leaders were shouting and howling and requesting volunteers to save the world.
Sir.
No, hold on. We stopped for 30 minutes. You have the entire footage. We stopped the rally. We requested our volunteers, the police forces, to please rescue this man. The police did not come up. My volunteers risked their lives, rescued the man, and my MLAs, etc., took him to the hospital. I am not trying to gauge political capital out of it. But the fact of the matter is that the farmer plight in this country is
Do not generalize and answer my question, Raghav Chadha.
No, I have answered your question.
I'll get the timeline
regarding the rally.
No, we'll take counter views. We'll take counter views.
Regarding the rally, sir.
One at a time.
Regarding the rally, your second question.
No, first of all, complete the points fast.
Yes, I'm doing that. Number 1, we did not know that man is not there with us, because when he was rescued, he was took to the hospital. As per best of my information, Mr. Kejriwal and other leaders of our party got to know that he is no more with us. Hold on. Only when Mr. Kejriwal left the venue. When he left the venue, was he told that he is no more with us?
Really?
It was, you should see media reports. You should see what Times Now reported. Times Now even reported that he was in a critical situation. He was in a bad situation, and he was taken to the hospital to give medical assistance care. We did not know that he is no more with us. And please understand, it is an andolan. It is an andolan. It is an andolan for the farmers' plight. We are fighting for the farmers. Please understand. It is an andolan. It was not a birthday party that could have been stopped. It was an andolan. And lastly, Mr. Goswami, hold on, Mr. Goswami. All our leaders from the stage repetitively said that please, the police forces, the cops, please step up, save this man.
Now that you've completed your point,
it is
largely.
Extremely sad that not even one cop stepped up to his responsibility. And if you
permit me, can I, with the permission of the panel, contradict Raghav Chadha in clear, unambiguous, and factual terms? Because Raghav Chadha, unfortunately tonight, you are on the defensive. You should be. If you knew your facts, you would know and pull the tape back. At 11 minutes to 2:49 p.m., the man is taken at 2:25. Reports come out. He's the father of 3 children. 2:13 p.m. he attempts suicide. Right? So and what was Arvind Kejriwal doing? Here's for the information of Raghav Chadha. At 2:49 p.m., within 33 minutes of the man trying to commit suicide.
Sir,
don't stop me, Mr. Raghav.
We stopped the rally for 30 minutes.
The people must know the facts.
That he comes down.
People must know the facts.
Yes, and they should also know that we stopped the rally. We ensured that he's rescued and he's taken to the hospital.
Mr. Raghav Chadha, the first point is factual inaccuracy. Man tries to commit suicide at 2:13 p.m. He's brought dead to Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital.
Which is absolutely sad and unfortunate.
Did I interrupt you? You continue with your speech. You continue with your politics. Arvind Kejriwal continues to make his speech. Even Arvind Kejriwal now smartly thinks through and says, great opportunity, let me give it a political turn. And at 2:49 p.m. Arvind Kejriwal says the police should have stopped.
Mr. Goswami, I'll respond to this.
Within minutes of that, let me complete. Within minutes of that, Ashutosh said, you expect Arvind Kejriwal to climb the tree at 5.
Mr. Goswami, we were shouting. You know this very well. We were shouting and howling from the stage, requesting the volunteers, requesting the people to save this man. We did what we could. Doubt. Hold on. Let's question this spontaneity. Question the superstition. Do not question our intention.
There were thousands of Aam Aadmi guys there. You have conveniently diverted everybody saying Delhi police is not under me. Look at the political statements. And
not that. They were not helping. There are media bites suggesting that the police said, go to the SHO, get the orders, and then once we have an order,
first of all, he doesn't forget to say Delhi police is not under me. Look at the guy.
Sir,
he says Delhi police. No, can you believe a guy has died and he says Delhi police is not under me? What is this kind of political nonsense?
Nobody cannot do politics on dead body.
Delhi police is not under me. I can't do anything. I mean, the guy who's
we did everything.
No,
it was our volunteers that risked their lives. What are you talking about?
Of course you politicize. Party volunteers.
Why are you trying to politicize? Do not try to gain political mileage. Do not try to score petty brownie points. It is shameful.
Brownie point. Yeah, look at
the farmers' plight in this country. You are trying to gain political mileage out of it.
Does anybody say that the state police is not under me, that X is not under me? Look at the level you stoop.
Let me give you a fact check.
No, one sec. First tell me, is it Chief Minister?
No,
one sec.
Now, Mr. Goswami, let me give you a fact check.
I wonder, Raghav Chadha, I'm sorry, please.
Why do you have to make a statement?
Raghav Chadha, you are at the receiving end.
Raghav.
Today you are at the receiving end.
One sec.
You cannot speak anything further.
Okay,
you cannot speak anything further.
I will make a disclosure.
It is the responsibility of Chief Minister who should have gone to the rescue and who should have stopped the
I want to say something right now. First of all, it's a very important discussion. I want all of us to have our say. But I'm only making one point. Everybody has strong views on it. So do I, by the way.
So do me.
So do we. But you proved to be ineffective and insensitive today. Now let me complete. I am making a request to the panel tonight. I am making a request to the panel tonight. My only request tonight is, Mr. Raghav Chadha, is that everybody speaks one at a time. Okay. If you speak over each other, the points that you are making will get swallowed in the course of the debate. And by the way, Pawan Verma is outside. He agrees with me. I'd like to go to him as well. No, Raghav, you can't do this. Raghav, you can't. No, I won't give you 15 seconds now because I will go to the others.
15 seconds. Just 15 seconds.
Go to the others.
Okay, here's your time. Your 15 seconds.
The eyewitnesses have given multiple sound bites who were there right next to the tree saying that there were 3 senior police cops and 4 constables.
Even now you're
requesting them to come and help that. They said that go to the SHO, get a report, get a written order.
Now, gentlemen, please.
That we will go to the
Gentlemen,
we will climb up the tree to rescue this man.
Gentlemen, I either request you, to let me moderate this debate in the way that I think it should, and I request you all to understand the sobriety of the occasion.
Yes.
This is a somber occasion. A person has died. I'm asking you tonight, in the heart of the national capital, as political speech after political speech after political speech is made about the distress of farmers in this country, a 42-year-old man with 3 children takes his life in the presence of thousands, and the political speeches continue. I think it is totally insensitive. It would have happened anywhere else and anyone else. As a man climbs a tree and he kills himself, the speeches continue.
This is where you're wrong.
And the blame game. My problem
This is where you're wrong.
My problem is, Raghav, don't heckle me.
We did not know that we lost him.
Raghav.
He was rescued. He was taken to the hospital. We stopped the program for 30 minutes. It is absolute. It is a very wrong extrapolation to make, Mr. Goswami, to say it is a wrong extrapolation to say that he committed suicide and we were gaining political mileage. Question.
Raghav, allow someone else. Even if I was not there present at the venue, even if one goes by everything, what about Ashutosh's comment? That is the real problem. Let us presume that in the chaos of a rally, I'm ready to believe that nobody knew, but how do you make such a knee-jerk, casual comment when something so tragic has happened? You know, that it's just something which is...
I think you answered the point. I want to go to Sudhanshu Trivedi. No, 1 second, Raghav. Raghav, please. Pawan Verma also needs to come into...
Yesterday, Kaitan apologized.
Mr. Rajagopal. Mr. Rajagopal, I won't make this political.
Apology party or what?
Mr. Rajagopal.
You are having an apology.
Don't respond. It's a somber occasion. And therefore, I request you, let everybody make their point tonight. But let us make our point one after the other. Sudhanshu Trivedi, please, would you like to respond to Raghav Chadha? And my question to you is later, because I think a more fundamental issue comes forth. That whether we like it or not, what has happened today...
Questions.
You want to come in with a question, Pawan Verma? You want to ask a question to anyone? Go ahead. Mr. Verma to Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Yes,
I'll let him
indeed I do.
wants to ask the question. Go ahead, Sudhanshu.
A very, very brief intervention, Arnab. Let me first say that it is most reprehensible the manner in which politics is being played on the dead body of a farmer. Secondly, let me say what this suicide shows is that the institutional neglect of agriculture has reached a pervasive and desperate level, and this government just does not seem to understand. Thirdly, I believe that the blame game that has begun, including the comment by my friend Ashutosh, is deeply condemnable.
Yes.
Fourthly, I want to say that the BJP's comment that this is a conspiracy, that somebody managed to provoke that man deliberately to commit suicide. I have never heard a more insensitive statement.
I totally agree
48 farmers on average are committing suicide every day.
No, I won't allow it.
There have been more suicides of farmers. There have been more suicides of farmers
let him.
in the last 4 months.
Mr. Rajagopalan, don't stop him today. Mr. Rajagopalan, don't stop him today. Mr. Rajagopalan, don't stop him today. Please, I request you. No, 1 second, please. Let him complete. Let him complete his point.
If the ruling party, that if the government believes that this death of this farmer is the result of some political conspiracy rather than the expression of complete helplessness and distress which is visible all across the landscape of India, I am exceptionally sorry for the cynicism of this government.
I agree with you. I think you raised a broader point.
Just to take off from where he left.
Raghav, you can't run away with the debate by speaking more than others. I am not letting you in. I am letting Sudhanshu Trivedi in. Please respect the terms of the debate.
There are two aspects of today's event. One is technically what has happened, what was the sequence of event, and what should have been done and what has not been done. The second is the moral and political aspect, what was subsequently followed. In my opinion, as far as the technical aspect is concerned, Home Minister Mr. Rajendra Singh has ordered an inquiry, and Delhi police will go into that inquiry, keeping in view all possible aspects, whatever it was. Whether it was some officer of the Delhi police who has not performed the duty properly, there should be an action against him. And if other things were there, I'm not going into the political allegation. But now, come to the moral aspect. So many things have been said against Aam Aadmi Party, that they are not sensitive. In my opinion, if they say that they are still having some sensitivity, then at least they should accept that they are not having the maturity. They should accept at least one of the shortcomings on their part. Either they are not having the proper sensitivity or they are not having the proper maturity, as it is lacking in most of their incidences. And one more point I would like to point out. Why it happens always in the events of Aam Aadmi Party? Why such an outrage? Whether it is a slapping of Mr. Kejriwal or throwing ink on somebody,
Sir, there was
or
a blast.
can it not be attributed to the provocative, reactionary politics of Aam Aadmi Party?
I will not allow this to become a slanging match tonight. I am sorry to intervene. I genuinely feel today the 42-year-old man with 3 children says, my crops are destroyed, I have 3 children to feed, give me a reason to go back home. Do we not have a responsibility to not just the farmers, but people watching the Newshour tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, I request you, on other occasions I allow interventions. If I'm not allowing immediate interventions today, Raghav, please understand this. It is only because it is not appropriate. We need to address the issue without getting into a slanging match. I seek your cooperation towards that. And to Sudhanshu Trivedi also, sir, a word of warning. Do not just try to make it political. Absolutely. That is not the issue. We are talking about the plight of farmers, an issue which has been raised by Pawan Verma.
One substantive point, that if the spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party says that this is not the work of Chief Minister to climb up the tree, then it was the same Chief Minister who climbed to the electric pole to cut down the electricity.
Second thing. Am I doing this?
I am saying the first sentence which I was interrupted, that Aam Aadmi Party should introspect their agitational politics, their reactionary politics, their provocative politics, because
this is what it all boils down.
If you look at the sequence of events in Aam Aadmi Party's events in the last several years, why it happens in your...
It is disgusting that you're trying to score political brownies.
So in my opinion, today we should have... And one more point. Parliament is there in session. If somebody is staging a dharna outside Parliament, it can only be acceptable for those who are not having representation in the Parliament. If Parliament is there, come and have discussion on every aspect. We are open for any amendment, suggestion.
I think
during the course of Parliament, if somebody wants to have a dharna, it means this is sheer politics in that. Rather than concern with
Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, neither are we a disguised dictatorship, nor are we an indirect dictatorship, and God forbid we ever become a dictatorship, that a political party or people in this country lose the right to protest. They have the right to protest.
I'm not saying
if a BJP government doesn't like it, too bad for you.
When Parliament is not in session, and the government is not session,
show me the rule book. Show me the rule book. Show me the rule book which says that when Parliament is in session, you cannot have a protest.
Moral and political. When the session is there, you are not discussing on the floor of the House and you are taking something outside the House. It shows the intention is not substantive discussion. The intention is politics.
Arnab, BJP has done it an umpteen number of times. Your Yuva Morcha did it when the Parliament is in session. But the important part, Arnab, is first of all, what Aam Aadmi Party did was ridiculous and shameful. What the Bharatiya Janata Party is saying was conspiracy and all that. But look at the issues of why the farmers are committing suicide. 26% increase in the farmers' suicide. Yes. MSP has been increased the minimum. The Prime Minister has got no time to visit them. He goes all over the world, but he doesn't have time. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra can go to Germany, but cannot go to Vidarbha.
To make it India.
I know, but what I'm saying is that, no, the amount, whether it is the Manrega, drop in Manrega, whether it is the urea imports, the urea was, the black money in urea, then the land ordinance, in every step, this anti-farmer, anti-agriculture government has attacked the farmer. He seems to have no hope.
In the last 10 months, we have become anti-farmer.
Let me finish.
Party which kept that British rule for 125 years.
No. This ordinance.
Your party.
We changed the ordinance.
Clause in
No. And let me tell you. And why are you changing it? No, let me tell you something.
And it was your party who has consistently misused
I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you when you were speaking. 26% increase in farmer suicide. 600 in Maharashtra. MSP minimum increase, black marketing in urea, land acquisition without consent, repeated attack because they have only to satisfy, even in the so-called fabled state of the Gujarat, one square meter, one sec, no, Mr. Rajgopal.
Congress
First of all, you prove
why
it,
should
no?
Congress demand FIR against Prime Minister?
No, 26%.
Why should Congress demand FIR against Prime Minister?
You tell me
why Congress demand FIR against Prime Minister?
No, you tell me, you are
logic in that?
Mr. Rajgopal, 26%. You can only.
It happened in Congress regime also, Ajay.
Rajgopal sir,
it happened in
you have
Congress
no right. You have right to your own opinion.
Mr. Rajgopal, can I just
you don't have a right to your own facts.
Ajay Kumar, first I'll come to the issue. You think I don't know? I don't want to debate the real issue today, because I do believe that what has happened today, the BJP has put itself into a time warp. It feels today that anyone, who talks about the link between the land bill and the plight of farmers and asks a question about whether it is the right time to bring in a land bill that makes life more difficult for farmers, that makes farmers more vulnerable, the BJP's immediate response is this is part of a political conspiracy. I really think that you've got it wrong, Sudhanshu Trivedi, and I don't want to Sabha. I find it very interesting that you did not answer my question. I think you need to apologize, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, on behalf of the Bharatiya Janata Party as much as the Aam Aadmi Party does. And you need to apologize because you alleged some conspiracy and politics behind the suicide. A farmer has put out today, I want you to apologize on national television. या पढ़ लीजिए, मैं आपको पढ़ के सुनाता हूँ हिंदी में इसको. आपने कहा कि आम आदमी पार्टी के जहां आपके जो वहां पे वर्कर्स थे, they were helping the farmer climb the tree. In other words, you said the suicide was a political conspiracy. Why should I not ask you the question? मैं पढ़ के सुनाता हूं. दोस्तों, मैं किसान का बेटा हूं. मुझे मेरे पिताजी ने निकाल दिया और मेरी सारी फसल बर्बाद हो गई. मेरे पास 3 बच्चे हैं. दोस्तों, मैं राजस्थान के दौसा जिले से हूं. नंगल गांव का नाम वो लिखते हैं. मुझे एक उपाय बताइए जिससे मैं वापस जा सकूं. मैं किसान हूं. गजेंद्र सिंह, 42. Now tell me one thing. Is this a political conspiracy? क्या, to protect yourself. 1 minute, Sudhanshu Trivedi, सवाल सुन लीजिए. आप अपने आप को बचाने के लिए एक आत्महत्या को political conspiracy कह रहे हैं. आप आज माफी मांगेंगे इसके लिए हमारे प्रोग्राम पर?
I have already
Will you
said
apologize?
that
No,
a proper
what action have you
inquiry
taken?
has been constituted.
No,
and whatever type of allegation is there
was this
will be
right?
discussed.
No,
like in some other news channel.
Why did you call it a political conspiracy?
Let me complete.
No, was it a political conspiracy?
I am not saying this is not the official.
Sir,
statement
your party leader Satish Upadhyay said it was a political conspiracy. You are saying politics. My point is, sir, you are saying politics and everything to do with farmers now. You are in denial about the reality of farmers.
Elaborate.
Sir, you are saying
investigation will be done in this case.
Sir,
and let me.
Sir, you in fact, Venkaiah Naidu.
There is a story
Venkaiah Naidu
other
said.
TV channels that the farmer was well off.
Sudanshu,
I don't know what is the fact.
What? Just one.
So this let the fact come.
No,
whatever is the fact, it should come out. Who has inspired? Who has provoked? If somebody has done whatever is there, it
can
should
you
come
imagine?
out with
This is
a
a
thorough
height of
investigation.
insensitivity.
As far as Bharatiya Janata Party is
Bharatiya Janata
concerned,
Party has never been, they're pretending to be a...
One second. Did you just say that the person was well off? Because I know the facts in this case.
You are insulting.
You are insulting farmers. This is a double insult.
Insulting farmers.
No, I'm not saying.
Gentlemen, don't speak
I
over
am
each other.
saying there are
Don't speak.
certain news channels which are running this type of stories. So things got too much diversified.
I want to
let the investigation be finalized. Then we can draw a conclusion. For example, the letter which you are saying, has it written on the tree, or he has written it 1 or 2 years before?
Oh God,
so what was there? So this is type of policy investigation. There are 2 types of discussion. One is going in the technicalities of so-called police type investigation. As you are saying, this is the letter, how it was written, what was his intention. This is type of investigative police.
Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Moral and social.
Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
If it's about investigation, how do you pronounce a
one question
conspiracy?
to Aam Aadmi Party.
If it's
Aam
about
Aadmi Party is
if
considering that they are the daily-based parties, and you are so much enthusiastic on raising the
If it is a matter of investigation, how can you pronounce this as a conspiracy when it is a matter of investigation? That man had this slip in his kurta. Sir, please Please sympathize with them.
I am saying
Be
it
sensitive.
is not the official statement of BJP, and your chief minister
within 1 hour of the event came forward and said it is a political conspiracy.
Where was your chief minister when he has to cut the wire on electric pole? And it is easy to rise on trees and on the electric pole. And then he himself was doing. Now he was saying that police should do it.
Sudhanshu ji,
this was the politics even after death.
I have spoken to our reporter.
The allegation of Mr. Satish Upadhyay can be verified and can be tested if it is true or not. And whosoever has done
you just said it is a matter of investigation. You just said that it is a matter of investigation.
What can be the punishment if something true comes out of that?
My God, sir, how
investigation?
I want to share some details.
No, here is a farmer who's committed suicide.
And they are trying to get political mileage out of it.
Here is a guy who's committed suicide, and he's saying that you brought people to commit suicide.
There is something wrong with the thinking
Aam Aadmi
process
Party
of the BJP.
worker or not? You should give a clear-cut answer. No. Then it will be clear who has brought.
Even if he was a
he should categorically said that he was not an Aam Aadmi Party. He has come from Dosa. This was a rally in Delhi. So has he been officially asked by Aam Aadmi Party or not? Say yes or no.
No,
That's only the picture.
Gentlemen, 1 minute. 1 minute. First of all, let's get our facts right. You are strongly saying there is nothing to prove that this is a suicide caused by the distress of a power. Mr. Trivedi, I want to share something with you. This gentleman, 42 years old, was from a farming family, right?
Absolutely.
And he was from what I would call the rural middle class.
Correct.
He was the eldest in his family. He was socially very active. Whether he was with the Aam Aadmi Party, associate or any party, does not matter at all. The family had many bighas of land. My information is more than 50% of his crop had been ruined. Now, Mr. Trivedi, let me tell you one thing. When a rural middle-class family loses 50% of its income, right, then the family goes down to subsistence level. Your BJP government cannot then say, here are 750 rupees, be happy. When a family, suppose the family has lost 50% of its income, you can't say 750 rupees, or Venkaiah Naidu or your agriculture minister can't say, okay, we've increased it from 750 rupees to 1,500 rupees as compensation.
No.
My point is, sir, please understand the point. This is about the plight of farmers in this country. What you should think about, I want to get Sabha in on this and Pawan Verma as well. No, sir. No. Sudhanshu Trivedi, you must let others in. You must let others in.
I want to add to this.
No. Watch it. When you can't say conspiracy.
No,
you can't continue your speeches.
Just one sentence.
You are, sir. You are allow me, sir. आप बात को मुझे लग रहा है मुझे तो आज लग रहा है मैं तो सिर्फ पवन वर्मा से
Modi government has been the most anti-farmer government in the history.
I want to ask. I want to go Pawan.
Anti-farmer government in the independent history.
Don't speak over each other. I'm going to Pawan Verma. I'll come to you. I think you must allow me. I'm going to Pawan Verma. Then I'm coming to Sabha. We're continuing the debate. But I don't think this government should begin to believe that if we talk about the plight of farmers in this country, somebody is putting out a conspiracy to destroy the great Make in India story or the great India Shining story. The reality is the reality. There are hundreds of farmers who are committing suicide. They are committing suicide because their crops have been damaged. They are vulnerable today. At a time when they are weak, they are financially crippled. They are vulnerable, they're committing suicide. You bring about a land bill, at this point of time, you think you've timed it perfectly, and you tell the same farmer, don't worry if you lose your land, because big industries will come up in place of your land, and in 3 or 4 years, you will have trickle-down effect of economics. Who is going to ensure the farmers live till then, is my question. Pawan Verma wants to ask a counter question. We must hear him. Pawan Verma.
Arnab, the situation today is not a random one. My charge today is that it is part of a conscious policy by which there is an institutional neglect of agriculture, and this is showcased in the 2 budgets presented thus far. Arnab, I put it to you and through you to your audience. We want an India which is modern. But somehow this government with industrial corridors, digital India, national highways and bullet trains in its eyes has given 1,000 crores in new schemes to agriculture and close to 40,000 crores to national highways. It has given 1,000 crores to 5,000 crores for irrigation when 64% of this country's farmers depend on the monsoons. And 12,000 crores to ports. There is a situation of unsustainable asymmetry, and the pervasive distress we are seeing today is the culmination of that. How many more farmers have to commit suicide before this government realizes it's not a political conspiracy? That is the point.
Not a political conspiracy.
We need remedial measures.
I agree with you thoroughly, nor is it media hype. Because for long has it been said by people close to the ruling party, it's media hype. You people in the media want to run down the government. By portraying the reality of India, nobody is running down the government. The reality, if it's a harsh reality, we will put it out unequivocally, even if it causes you discomfort. Sabha wants to come in at this point. You have a lot to answer for. Sabha, I'm going to come to you, Mr. Raj. Go after
calling a conspiracy. This farmer killed himself because he was in distress. We have to accept the facts, and it's really shameful for you to call it a conspiracy. But I will hold forth, Arnab, that the BJP's plan on this land issue is to convert farmers in a country where they're so poor and helpless that so many commit suicide. Absolutely. They want to convert them into industrial workers. That is at the heart of it. And what Sudhanshu would know is that the BJP itself, people in the BJP have great misgivings about a policy which would be a replay of India shining, which is a disaster, because politically, people in the BJP know it. They don't have the guts to say it openly. They are talking about it. And I'm sure Sudhanshu knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay. Ajay Kumar. Yeah.
And continuously, like Pawan Verma ji had said.
You can address him directly.
You know, Kisan TV they start. Okay, in Doordarshan.
Kisan?
TV for Kisans. But Krishi Vikas Yojana, which is for scientific implementation of agriculture, budget slashed by 90%. Manrega slashed by delivery slashed. Urea imports significantly reduced so that they have to. So regularly, whether it's MSP, whether it's Kisan Vikas Yojana, all farmer irrigation budgets, even something like Anganwadi food, which the poor farmers' families get for their children.
Yes.
That has been slashed. So all social sectors have been slashed, which directly impacts only farmers. So now he can't send his children to Anganwadi. So, like Sabha correctly said, the conspiracy is to ensure farmers become laborers so that they can work as bonded laborers in Make in India factories owned by crony capitalists.
And if the farmers come to Delhi,
owned by crony capitalists.
And Sudhanshu Trivedi, now you must come to the heart of the issue. If the farmers come to Delhi, whether under the Bharatiya Kisan Union or under the Aam Aadmi Party or some other workers, agricultural workers union, what is the response of the BJP government? They are not real farmers. They are politicians. And I find today, in your response to my first question, where you said, we have heard that the man was very well off. In other words, we have heard that he had a political past. In other words, what you are trying to say that Gajendra Singh was not a farmer. Basically, anyone who protests against you is not a farmer. My question to you first is, when will you end this denial? Second point is, you have said all the time, including the Prime Minister, the only issue is that of compensation. Now, my question to you, sir, is, please answer my question. If compensation is the only issue, and your government has given compensation, why are farmers committing suicide?
Now,
tell me.
About those facts of so-called conspiracy.
Which your BJP leaders put out.
Yes, of course. Let me have one fact.
You should apologize for it.
There are 13 acts which has been exempted in the land acquisition bill from the consent clause, in which the rural infrastructure was not there. It means for an irrigation, you have to have a small irrigation project in village, you should have the consent clause, but let me complete the sentence.
Again,
I was not
information.
No,
because irrigation is exempted. Irrigation is exempted.
I was not interrupting you. This is not fair.
No, because irrigation is exempted. I will challenge you. Irrigation is exempted.
We have got the rural infrastructure under
you did.
And you are having the mine allotment of the land to the mines.
See, look at this.
Which is being used by the.
One of you speak at a time. One of you speak.
I cannot.
One of you speak.
When I speak, I have waited.
No, he'll speak and then you respond.
I want to tell you very clearly, irrigation, you're misleading the people. It was always there. Only environmental impact consent was not there in irrigation. So don't mislead. And if you think irrigation, then you give 10,000 crores in the annual budget for irrigation and say irrigation is a major thing. 2,40,000 crores for defense. 10,000 crores in when Mr. Gadkari says, "Hum bahut irrigation karne wale hain." 10,000 crore hai saab usme.
Now can I answer?
So no, second.
No, you have already taken
rural infrastructure was we included only 2 exemptions without consent was defense and national security and irrigation. Rural infrastructure, PPP.
Then why should Rahul Gandhi blame corporate sector?
One sec, first of all.
Why are you saying
Mr.
these
Rajgopal
things?
Singh, you
remember
Rahul Gandhi like you remember Lord Rama every time, you know.
First of all, 10th Finance
you take, Rahul Gandhi's name every 2 minutes like Lord Ram, so relax. Let me finish. I'm talking to
the amount has been given by the Finance Commission to the state governments. That is why social sector.
Oh, that is another joke.
State government.
No, and another fraud.
It has gone to the state government.
Another fraud.
It on corporate
because actually you're saying 42% when it comes on black and white, the social sector budgets have been slashed by 60%.
Will you answer a simple
because of 14th Finance Commission.
No, Mr. Rajgopal.
Can I please request you? This is not a discussion on the allocation of the Finance or Planning Commission. This is a discussion on the plight of farmers. And I'm coming to you, to Pawan Verma, whose hand goes up there. My point is,
so many questions have been asked.
I am going to come. Sudhanshu Trivedi, I will come to you and give you a lot of time because you have a lot to answer for. But my question, I'm going to come to you as well, don't worry. But the nub of the issue is what? There has been a debate over the last few days over the land acquisition bill. What is the BJP strategy? BJP strategy is to say land acquisition bill has nothing, land bill has nothing to do with land acquisition. A. B, they are trying to say the plight of the farmers is because of certain weather conditions. Yes. It has nothing to do with the land bill. Why on earth the BJP says, and I'll let Pawan Verma and then to you.
Just one thing, Arnab, I think it's important even the beef ban, it adds to farmers' distress because farmers used to bring their cattle. All their policies which they've done for ideological reasons, farmers used to sell off cattle.
I take your point.
It is a farmer's issue.
I take your point just to complete my sentence.
I totally disagree with that.
This is not about the beef ban. No, one second. Don't go into a political terrain. Sudhanshuji, don't do that. The point is, Pawan Verma.
Why she's bringing the beef ban?
Because it is a
You should stop it first.
This discussion is not on the beef ban. We'll stop it right now. This discussion is about why Gajendra Singh died.
Then come on the agriculture.
This discussion is about why Gajendra Singh killed himself.
Don't divert the debate.
And we don't divert the debate. I agree with Pawan Verma. Pawan Verma, my question very simply is at this time, the government has always told us, directly, indirectly, farmers' plight is one issue, land bill is the other issue. And anyone, whether a journalist or a political party or a social citizen, activist or citizen, who tries to connect the issue is part of some great conspiracy to bring down this government. That argument won't hold anymore, I feel. The land bill is directly linked to the plight of farmers, is it not? I want to spend time on this debate right now. 1 second. Pawan Verma.
I wish to respond. I wish to respond concisely. Arnab, you're a responsible channel. 15% is contributed by agriculture to the GDP of this country. Even today, when it employs 60% of the people, including the maximum number of the poor. Now, agriculture needs a great boost of productivity, which can only come through investment in seeds, in fertilizers, in cold storages, in distribution, in transport, and so on and so forth. If you see the allocations made in the budget, this has become the most neglected sector of the economy. Therefore, you are seeing at the top of all this, the last straw on the camel's back is the amendment to the land acquisition bill, which is telling the farmer, your condition is exceptionally bad, now I can take your land also. So, therefore, we have to...
I'd like to go to Aam Aadmi Party next. One second. I agree with you.
And on top of it... One statistical input. But one statistical input. On the industrial corridor, between Delhi and Mumbai, they need 7 lakh acres can be acquired by this government. The total SCZ projected is only 1.5 lakh acres. So they want to create between Delhi and Mumbai by taking farmers' land.
Don't tell me about SCZ. Otherwise I will pull out the CAG report on SCZ.
I'm just saying that 7 lakh acres. 7 lakh acres.
The debate.
Total land acquired is 1.5.
My point tonight is I don't want to raise my voice on this. My point tonight is very simple. I think Pawan Verma has a valid point. I like to go to the Aam Aadmi Party next. Though I completely condemn both your behavior, the fact that you continued your rally, and the insensitive positive comments of your leaders. I now want to draw you into the bigger debate about the economics and the intent and whether the land acquisition bill can be linked to the plight of farmers.
My political adversaries are absolutely free to blame us, to abuse us, to lambast us, and they are, trying to gain political mileage out of it. And I can only say that to suggest that there was a political conspiracy in this is a sign of a sick mind, number one. Number two, I completely agree with other panelists that there have been sharp cuts in social sector schemes, and there is an institutional and a systematic approach with which the BJP wants the farmers to step out of their farming business because they're making it unfeasible and they're making it absolutely unsustainable.
You're seeing a conspiracy.
Number two, no.
You're seeing a conspiracy.
I completely see. With respect, for example, Mr. Modi, while campaigning in 2014 Lok Sabha elections in Vidarbha, went and said that I will ensure that every farmer gets cost input plus 50% as MSP as suggested by the Swaminathan Commission report. Today, only 4% increase has been offered to a farmer, which is what you get in a savings bank account if you keep your money. Why should he work? Number one. Number two, you have bailout packages. You have given, and I don't want to name corporates, but you have given 60 to 100 crores through State Bank of India to one of your friendly corporates. Why can't you issue? Why can't you issue? Hold on, sir. I've been waiting for my turn.
Don't go into that. Don't go into that.
Mr. Rajagopalan.
Don't divert issue.
Mr. Rajagopalan.
Rajgopal Sahib is good capitalism. BJP crony capitalism is good.
अरे जितने crony capitalism की बात करते हैं, जितने भी corporate
unfair.
ये जितने नीच की बात करते हैं, जितने नीच सब
Please stop, gentlemen. I'm requesting you today. I told you no, I will not allow it, and I request the Aam Aadmi Party representative.
I would also like to say
I will after he finishes.
In the coal block allocation, एक चिट जाती थी कि फला corporate को एक जमीन allot कर दीजिए. This was proved in the Supreme Court. वो crony capitalism था, वो corporate की सरकार थी. वो corporate की सरकार थी, आप चिट नहीं थी.
Now, Mr.
I'm sorry, I'll have to. Mr. Rajagopalan. Mr. Rajagopalan.
All the chief ministers, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh will be caught.
Can I, Ajay, people are watching. We have about 15 minutes on this debate now. I request you not to. You see, when
Gajendra Singh.
So, Mr. Rajagopalan, I will.
Right of farmers because of anti-farmer policy of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Can I allow
It was continued for 10 years.
No.
Under
Again,
UPA.
You have notes. You
10 years under UPA.
Rajgopalan Sahib, you can have your own opinion, but you can't have your own facts.
Rajagopal is saying the
Mr.
BJP is following Congress.
No, it's the same one.
Sabha, can I request 15?
You can't have your own facts.
Gentlemen, you'll have to stop, please. At one point, I'm really requesting you. And Sabha, just let me moderate this. He's making a point. We have 15 minutes. We are on a very good point right now. And the point is this. That is there an attempt? And let us debate this. Fair and square, one person at a time. Okay. We are watching this debate tonight. People are watching. Let them determine whether the debate is taken right or no. But you respond when I let you. I now give you, sir, 1 minute and less to complete your point. Your point is basically that there is a conspiracy to weaken the farmer and benefit the industrial lobby. One more minute. And then one by one we'll respond.
There is an institutional neglect and an approach, a systematic approach with which they want farming to become unsustainable and feasible, number one. Number two, the bailout package thing that I had mentioned and on which Mr. Rajagopalachari became a bit excited. So the point is that your government has offered bailout packages to corporates. You have given multiple loans, irrespective of the fact that many banks, international banks have rejected those loans, but you have gone ahead and facilitated these corporates with these loans, number one. Why don't you, sir, offer some money to the farming community? They are a part of the India growth story. You want the BJP, you want the GDP to, get into double digits, but it cannot happen without agriculture being a part of the growth story. That's point number one. Number two, sir, last point.
Sir, your time is up. Your time is up.
No, I told you
one
last point, absolutely last. Last point, and I hope Sudhanshu ji responds to this. I don't want to make this political, sir, but I want to bring this to your notice, and it has been captured in Times Now cameras also, that this man who committed suicide, there are many Gajendra all over the country and we need to save them. He, before committing suicide, said, Vasundhara Modi Kisan Virodhi. You have to address the issue. I am not making this political, but all I am trying to say that please become sensitive, sir. Please become sensitive. Do not gain political mileage out of it.
I'll come to you after that. I'll come.
Same statement.
राजनीतिक रोटियां मत सेकिए. राजनीतिक रोटियां मत सेकिए इस पर. बचाइए हमारे देश के किसानों को.
Okay, time up, sir.
I'll just join it. The Prime Minister went across 2014 campaign saying 50% MSP. It has become again, was it a jumla because he promised the farmers all across India and they gave 4%. So the continuous fooling of farmers, whether it is in MSP, whether it is in urea black market, whether in land acquisition. And on land, I'll tell you, 7 lakh acres are needed between Delhi and Mumbai for the corridor for the crony capitalists. Between Delhi and Calcutta, it is 10 lakh acres. And between Delhi and Chennai, it is 12 lakh acres. No, 1 kilometer both sides. I did the calculation, Rajgopal Saab. The question is, why do you need so much of land? Why do you want, it is a real estate play which is happening there.
No, watch. I also want to get in Pawan Verma right now. My simple point, Mr. Rajagopalan, I'm moderating this right now. Please allow me. The point to be remembered here is, and I'd like Pawan Verma to come in, then you can respond to all three together. There is a growing feeling that when people like Gadkari say, for example... No, watch. Pawan Verma, just come to you. Brief observation from me, and then I'm handing over to you, and then BJP will respond to you, sir. Simple point is, this government, has it begun to look upon the Indian farmer as an economic liability? When you begin to say again and again, do you know 60% of population contributes only 15%? 15% of GDP? And when your minister makes comments such as farmers should not depend on God or on government, basic feeling is the farmer is not productive enough. Do away with the farmer, force him to become from agricultural labor, agriculturist to contract laborer, let him help industry, and then hope that 5 or 10 years from now, his purchasing power priority will go up. Sorry, sir, but I don't know whether even your BJP is going to buy into this argument. Sabha, you want to make...
Allow me to say one thing, Arnab, and there's a political reason for it, because the model of politics which is working now for the BJP has this aspirational class, and people at the bottom of that social scale have not been voting for them. So there is a good reason. If your constituency is poor, which it's not. This is a very unusual sort of way through which the BJP managed this bandwidth in the general election. They won legitimately, but this is why they do not care about the needs of the poorest of the poor, because they have won it with the more prosperous sections. Okay. And this is not my opinion. This is what a breakdown of the vote share has shown.
And therefore the question is, and Pawan Verma will come in and then you will respond to everyone, sir. My basic point is, there is a general feeling the BJP has begun to look upon the farmers as an economic liability. You probably think, let it carry on for 2-3 years like this. Then just on the eve of the next election, we'll offer some big sop to the farmers and win them over again. But sir, there is a permanent damage that all this is having to the farmer today. I want to give you the example of Dosa. I was just looking at it. In early March, I had an initial assessment. All Rabi crops, wheat, barley, this is Dosa, sir. Wheat, barley, mustard, jeera, Isabgol, all feared damage, 10 to 50%, 20 districts, Bikaner, Jhalawar, Nagaur, Bharatpur, Bhilwara, Bundi, Churu, Chittorgarh, Dosa, Jalore, Jaipur, Tonk, all places destroyed. Now, if all of this happened, and if the destroyed crop, there was an assurance that crop insurance schemes will cover the damage, why are farmers committing suicide? It means you are not understanding the gravity of the problem. Pawan Verma, your response on whether the BJP government is beginning to look upon the farmer as an economic liability.
Simply put, yes, Arnab, first, very simply put, the situation is like this. I don't agree that it's a conspiracy by this government. I accuse it of adopting a conscious policy which is in support of the more privileged, with the hope that finally some crumbs will come down to those who are marginalized and poor and are the overwhelming majority. I say that this strategy is not working. And I say to you that if 48 people in metropolitan Delhi were committing suicide every day because they were debt-ridden and poor and hungry, there would be a furor. But when 48 farmers commit suicide every day, this government does not react. I make the charge the Prime Minister has not made a visit to a single affected area where farmers are committing suicide the most. After all, we must be a civilized nation. And and let me make this last point, Arnab, I'll take 20 seconds only. All finance ministers and all governments have to make choices when they draw up their budgetary allocations. But a balance has to be struck. You have to have a balance between those in this country who need the money and those who should also be encouraged to be corporate entrepreneurs. The successful cannot secede to form their own republic. You cannot build the first floor of a house without a ground floor. This balance has been lost by this government.
And the point is, Sudhanshuji, before I give you a full chance to respond, therefore understand people have seen through this. I only want to say a 42-year-old man has died. He's someone's son, he's someone's brother, he's someone's father, he's someone's friend. Does this loss not cause pain in your heart, Sudhanshu Trivedi? He was a fellow Indian. I don't know, but what I ask myself today, what is development and economic growth worth for us? Allow me to complete. When in an open rally, in the heart of our very slick and international-looking capital that is preparing a big marketing scheme to make in India, something like this happens. And I'm asking tonight, will the political class of this country not feel ashamed and guilty when they bring in tutu-meme politics, partisan politics to save their face? I don't understand the direction of this growth, sir. If this growth of this country does not take 60% of India with it, I don't know who the growth is for. That is the only point tonight. Sudhanshu Trivedi, you have a lot to answer for. I give you time.
Now, I hope that I will be allowed some couple of minutes to answer. There are certain strange logics were given that BJP got the vote of only well-off persons. I would like to quote, if 42% of UP and 33%
sir, don't show the arrogance of your vote.
Well off,
sir, this is the arrogance
I am very
of your vote.
strange by the knowledge of Mr. Pavan Verma and your other panelists who have given this type of logic.
So,
now,
I respond. No, 1 second, sir. I want to stop you right now. I want to stop you right now. Sorry, sir. No, sir, I'm stopping you right now.
Everybody is getting
I'm stopping you right now, and I'm asking you.
On the second,
Yes, I am. I will come back to you. But I am asking you. I am asking you today.
No, I will not accept it. I will not accept it.
Because you got 282 seats.
In the last 45 minutes,
everything.
I have got 3 chances. On every third sentence, I was interrupted.
Why? What is your election victory got to do with it?
Now let me complete the sentence.
What is your election victory got to do with it?
An example
Why do you keep talking about election victory?
All the learned panelists will be able to answer. If a farmer is having 1 acre of land, he is having 3 children, it becomes 1/3. In the next generation, it becomes 1/9. Let me complete the sentence, then you answer. You have already spoken.
I don't understand this logic.
Can you answer me
this is the
by
basic
1/9 of acre how a family can sustain?
Sir, we
for
understand land fragmentation.
That's why if there is not one alternative job for at least 7 or 8
no. This
is the conspiracy. This is the conspiracy.
I want
this is not fair. I have allowed you patiently, Mr. Ajay Kumar speaking, and all of you are not allowing me to speak. Let me complete my sentence.
Basic argument.
Whatever you want to counter, you can.
So your basic argument is agriculture is meaningless?
No.
Do away with agriculture. Farmers are worthless. Do away with farmers.
That 62% of farmers do not want to continue with farming because it's not only the land. Because you do not provide them the proper facilities. If I ask him, Maharashtra is having just 16% of irrigated land. The states which contributed maximum to the irrigation was Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. The states which have taken agriculture to the highest level in Madhya Pradesh, where we were having 3.4% agriculture growth, now it is 18.96%. The states which were having consistent double-digit agriculture growth were the NDA-ruled states. So it is very clear. And also I want to make it very clear, on that point you were wrong. The rural infrastructure was bought under our amendment. If I ask one question, if a person has to make a bijli pani in a village, and for that you need a consent clause, means you want that the Kisan should remain in a perpetual poverty. That's why in the non-NDA...
You're not giving an alternative.
Let me ask you an alternative.
You want to kill the farmers, you don't give an alternative, and then you say that no, the alternatives will come after I create an industrial corridor. By then
do not want
then
to
you have to die.
Grant and compensation as you have done in Manrega. We want to empower them.
So I will kill them.
With the lowering of the interest
I will kill them till the factories come in the next 20 years to the 20
better irrigation.
10,000 crores in irrigation.
That's why there are only 2 states in India which is having 24 hours electricity in villages. It is Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. You should confront the fact. Why you have not been able to give even to Amethi and Library?
Gujarat increased agriculture. Gujarat increased agriculture. No. Gujarat increased agriculture because of Narmada.
It is not.
So stop getting into the wrong fact.
The water level has increased is Gujarat.
Gentlemen, 1 second. I will stop this for a minute. 1 second.
Get rid of
Sudhanshu Trivedi and Sudhanshu.
This is also a conspiracy.
Get rid of the
not to allow BJP to put the words properly.
Sudhanshu Trivedi. Just can I please? No, 1 second.
When others said that BJP was voted for by the affluent class, then you patiently listen to that. When I said that 42% of UP and 33% of Bihar is an affluent class, then you interrupted.
I'll just respond to you with one sentence and then I'll give it to Sabah.
And me.
And to you also. I request you don't speak over each other. You see, I have been listening to this bizarre economic logic. Because I find a government that is desperate to prove that agriculture will not work. Let me complete. कि देश में खेती बाड़ी चलने वाली नहीं है. तो no, उसको मत कीजिए, उससे निकल जाइए. Simple question. Any person with any economic sense will ask you, if the real issue is only the fragmentation of India's farmlands, that means the fragmentation will happen. Economics is stable. Why does the Narendra Modi government not bring in a bill to introduce the cooperative system of ownership by the government? If you really, what's it? So simple question is, you are saying the basic problem is fragmentation of land, right? Let there be cooperative system. Let there be a cooperative system of ownership of agricultural land. And I'd say if the Modi government wants to save agriculture, do it.
No, fragmentation does not mean that factory. Because one second, in the same place like in Jharkhand, you have farmers who make ponds and have fishes. You can have interesting animal husbandry. They can be agriculture can be very profitable. Fishing, animal husbandry, horticulture. No, we are going to split the land into smaller and smaller and get rid of you so that you can become contract labor.
Okay, Sabah. What is very clear to me, Arnab, is hearing Sudhanshu say this, is that the BJP's ultimate plan is to dismantle the whole agricultural sector because farmers are not able to do this great wealth generation that they believe in.
It is not. The BJP's agenda is to bring farmers out of poverty, and the agenda of other parties perpetually kept farmers in the poverty the last 6 decades.
Please allow me. Yeah, nobody is letting me finish my point before everybody jumps in.
No, even the farmers are better well off in NDA states. You can go by the statistics of your previous government.
1 second.
You go by the NSSO data.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, in Rajasthan, which is the BJP ruled state, 30-year-old Khem Singh unable to bear the shock after the rain crop was dropped and in a situation of poverty died of a heart attack. It's a BJP ruled state. Don't tell me situation in BJP.
I'm not taking a single case by case. I'm talking about the entire statistical data of the state.
Maharashtra, Jharkhand.
The point is, it's very clear. It is like going to a poor person and saying your jhuggi jhopdi is bad and I'm going to demolish this house and give you another more beautiful house and you're going to render them homeless.
After 20 years.
After 20 years.
No, it is not. The factor on your side is, I will go to a jhuggi jhopdi. Let me come. Their strategy is, there was a proverb in the Hindi heartland कि वो किसान ये बोलता रहेगा कि वो मेरे बचुआ खाए जा रोटी बासी बड़े होके बनेगा साहब का चपरासी. यही मुस्तकबिल आप चाहते हैं कि किसान बनाना रहे. इसीलिए उसको कोई जवाब यही करना चाहते हैं. उसकी लैंड भी उतनी है. No facilities and fragmentation of land.
आप गरीब आदमी को क्या सूट बूट पहनाएंगे? आप क्या करेंगे बताइए मुझे. आपका प्लान क्या है? आपका प्लान क्या है? जो आप कह रहे हैं कि हम we have such great ideas and such great infrastructure that this country where people are so poor, we are going to come demolish that useless life as farmers you've been leading and give you an alternative way in these green factories and industrial corridors. Is that seriously a plan? For God's sake, in India...
No, this is not. The problem is, a government was there which was giving some sort of bakshish to farmers like Manrega. Yes, of course. You were not empowering the intrinsic strength of farmers.
Even Shivraj Singh Chauhan said it was
and the asset creation was zero. 2 lakh crore rupees have gone and the asset creation was zero.
I think tonight
this is your policy. The farmer is poor and the others are taking the land and others are confiscating the coffers of the government.
Shivraj Singh Chauhan says it's the best scheme. Your chief minister for 3 terms says
in the implementation of Manrega in honestly, as per the record of the planning commission, the best government was Madhya Pradesh, followed by Gujarat and Chhattisgarh.
That is a joke.
This is not the joke.
Maharashtra
this is the data of
Jharkhand suicide,
your government.
Rajasthan suicide.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm going to Pawan Verma. I think you should
देख लीजिए कि आपकी गवर्नमेंट में कौन सबसे
बड़ा मजदूर विरोधी है.
आप जरा सुन ले एक मिनट.
Come down to 50, sir.
Mr. Rajagopalan.
150 to 50.
Mr. Rajagopalan. Just 1 minute. You know, we can use any kind of data. We can use any kind of statistics.
One last point.
My only question tonight, which I'm going to Pawan Verma with right now, is that 1 second, please. Let one at a time. Is that we have heard an economic logic to justify the land acquisition bill. Now, on the one side, there is this strong economic logic that land acquisition bill will bring in industry, money will come in. Farmers may not remain farmers, but they'll have a better quality of life. No, sir, don't interrupt me now. So 1 minute.
There is no land acquisition by Modi government up till date, and those who have acquired the land are questioning the land acquisition.
It will happen after the land acquisition bill, sir. Please let me. No, 1 second. Don't tell me the land acquisition bill is not got to do with land acquisition.
A website, Zameen Wapsi. अरे जमीन तो ली है आपने, वापस आप करिए.
आप क्यों ले रहे हैं फिर आप?
हमने तो ली नहीं.
आप इतने जबरदस्ती क्यों कर रहे हैं?
I think. No, Sabha, please. No.
उद्योगपति को खिलाने के लिए.
May I request our viewers to judge tonight. 1 second.
Anti-crony capitalist.
Do not interrupt. There is a whole argument put that this is the economic logic justifies the land bill. And there is another view which says the farmer who is weak, do not make him weaker, because then there are all the vultures who will come in after he dies and feed on his carcass, and that is not what we want. We want the farmers to move along with the India growth story.
Absolutely.
Can you separate the two issues anymore? I'll come to you, but first, Pawan Verma, please, he's been waiting for a long time. I'll come to you after that. Right after that, I'll come to you. Yes, Pawan Verma.
Very quick response, Arnab. Let's have a sane debate. And I think Sudhanshu is putting forward his government's brief rather poorly today. We need to create jobs. We need manufacturing. We need industry. But the issue is whether we can do this only at the cost of agriculture. And if agriculture is in a state of crisis, can we ignore it in the hope that in due course, when manufacturing and industrial corridors come up and the agricultural sector will get employment? This logic is inherently elitist and ignores one of the most vital sectors of the economy. This is the point. It's not that we are against corporate or manufacturing.
That the manufacturing and industry will come without land.
No, it's not. Sir, please, Mr. Rajagopalan, don't speak over each other. I'm requesting you again and again. It's not a leftist view. It is a view which the question is it is a no politics over. Sir, the question is, I want to give one example before I come to you. Now we have a case from Rajasthan. I just want to put a case story. We have a story of a 55-year-old man. His name is Satyanarayan. He puts a cash crop enough to earn 1 lakh from it. What that would have sufficed for him for a full year. He doesn't need too much money. He need 1 lakh rupees for the full year. Because of the rains, he's left with how much of a produce? He's left with half a kilo of grain. So this man is left with half a kilo of grain. The government goes to him and says, don't worry, I will give you compensation. How much compensation does he get? 750 rupees per bigha. So you're telling a man today, I'll give you 750 rupees per bigha, plus you have half a kilo of grain, go live. I am really appalled today if anybody believes that any human being can live like that. And if this India growth story does not take those people with, if you tell the farmer that, you know what, you're not worth anything anyway, because you're not contributing to an India's GDP in proportionate terms, then I don't think that it's really being sensitive. And politics and governance is eventually about sensitivity and a human touch. It's not just about hard economic logic. I think Raghav has been wanting to make a point.
Just to take off from where you left, Mr. Goswami, and I don't intend, to make any, to gain political mileage out of this, and I hope my statement puts pressure on various other state governments. My party in Delhi has announced 50,000 rupees per hectare after accounting for all the costs, the inflation index, etc., etc. So this is what we are talking, 50,000 rupees per hectare. Let's wake up. Let's wake up to reality. Let's loosen our pockets rather than, making sure that there are social sharp cuts in social sector schemes. Let's give some money to the farmers. Number one. ठीक है, sir, सुन लीजिए, उसके बाद बोलिएगा. Number two, you made a point about land fragmentation, that how land holdings are becoming smaller and farming is becoming infeasible. This does not mean, sir, that you will bring up factories and industries where it's not needed. Number one. Number two, how can you acquire? And it also does not mean that you have the right to acquire land from the farmer without his consent.
What is the other
Number two, Sudhanshu ji, I've been with you on many debates. I remember one debate on a Hindi channel. No, just 1 second, sir.
I was everything to do.
It has nothing to do with He has gone on death because of...
You see, it is... Yes,
nothing like that.
Land bill. Let me complete, sir. You see, it was about land bill, it was about MSP, it was about crop failure, it was about farmer debt. There are plethora of reasons that have led to this situation, number one. Number two, I remember I've been with Sudhanshu ji on multiple Hindi debates on the same issue, and I remember once there was a farmer suicide, a very tragic one in UP, and he said कि state government देखेगी, राज्य सरकार देखेगी. अब यहाँ पर जो हुआ है, sir, you should ask the Rajasthan state government to look into this entire matter. And it is not just this. There is a Times of India report that from the same village, Dausa, a farmer at 9:45 a.m. in the morning attempted suicide by jumping in front of a running train. So it is not just restricted to one Gajendra. There are multiple Gajendra all over the world. So please, and lastly, I think the entire political fraternity today should hang its head in shame that a farmer from Dausa has to come to Delhi, in the heart of Delhi, in a political rally to convey one simple message that unseasonal rain has left him bankrupt.
Okay, and that very sad. The Prime Minister visit. When will the Prime Minister make a visit and why?
And lastly, Mr. Goswami, this will be the Waterloo for BJP. Corruption was the Waterloo.
Prime Minister. Why they have not said anything on that?
Our Prime Minister. Manmohan Singh went to visit. Manmohan Singh announced no waiver. Why isn't the Prime Minister or anybody gone and met and wiped the tears of the farmers?
You see, it will be the Waterloo for the BJP. Corruption was the Waterloo for the Congress. This land bill and anti-farmer policy will be the Waterloo for the BJP.
He is more interested in what can be the Waterloo for BJP and what can be the Waterloo for the Congress. Then it is quite evident where is the politics.
Okay, one second. Pawan Verma, please closing the debate. Pawan Verma, closing.
I would like to mention one point. In 2003, we bought a farm income insurance scheme, not the crop insurance. The land, if you said that then land would have given 1 lakh, the 1 lakh should have been insured. But in 2004, the scheme was stopped. Now the Agriculture Minister, Radha Mohan Singh, has spoken on the floor of the House that we are going to revise that.
I have one question to Sabha and to Pawan Verma.
The premium will be provided by the state.
First we'll go to Pawan Verma and then we'll give Sabha the last word.
That tremendous scheme which was brought down when Rajasthan Singh was elected, and your government has put it on the back burner.
My question to Pawan Verma is this. Pawan Verma, do you think this is a turning point? And the same question goes to you and to Sabha. In the ongoing debate over the land acquisition bill, the plight of the farmers, will it force a rethink? What's your take, sir?
I believe this is a turning point, if nothing else, for the melodramatic manner in which tragedy struck the heart of the capital of India. And what has been the response? Immediate politics over who is responsible for his death in terms not of his essential plight, but about who could have done what to save him. This is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous. Who has offered donations to his family? Who has visited his wife and children? Which political party has come up with a plan to save him and others like him? There is no discussion on issues, Arnab, now. It's only political mileage. And I say to you, this is a turning point. But only if this government continues its obdurate insensitivity towards the agricultural sector and goes only towards in favor of a certain corporate lobby.
Last word to Sabha. A government constantly pushed, provoked, and also questioned for being pro-corporate, pro-rich. At this point of time, do you think it can afford to hold on to the land bill, or will it have to give?
You know, to me, it seems that the BJP is on a politically disastrous path for itself. As a political analyst, I'm not being sectarian here because India Shining lost them. It was a disaster at that time for them. All elections in India, be it Indira Gandhi saying Garibi Hatao, look at Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Sure. You don't have anybody going and saying and playing to what appears, at least the perception has become it's a corporate thing. Let us even not get into the reality. The public perception now is that this is a pro-rich, pro-corporate government and it does not care for the rights of the poor. And I will repeat that you analyze the percentage of those who have voted for the BJP, there is a greater proportion of the rich.
Sabha, I think you know, wherever this blame game goes, I don't know. But if a
slogan of Garibi Hatao in 1970 and UPA in 2013 after 40 years said two-thirds people need food security.
Mr. Trivedi,
this was the reality.
Mr. Trivedi, I'll wrap up by saying
this because short of time.
I want to speak
6 years of NDA has provided.
Ajay Kumar and Sudhanshu Trivedi, we all agree here today. What has happened is sad. A 42-year-old man, 3 children, a family to feed, does not kill himself out of choice.
And there are thousands of him out there.
He kills himself.
We can save
he kills himself out of only and only desperation. And it is the responsibility of not just those in power, but those out of power to look into the roots of that desperation to make a change. I appeal tonight to all of India's political parties to end the political fight over the land bill and farmers. Come to a conclusion. Speak in one voice. The more they fight, the more they will be alienated from the people of India. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 1. On the Newshour tonight, Pawan Verma as well. Thank you very much. Thank you.